This is inner motion. We don't run from the dark, we walk straight into it, and we come out unrecognizable. You think you have time? That's the first lie. That's the most dangerous illusion you will ever believe. You wake up, the clock ticks, and you tell yourself you'll start tomorrow. You'll try harder next week. You'll finally commit when things calm down. But they never calm down, do they? Life is not waiting for you to catch your breath. It's not pausing so you can get your thoughts in order. It's moving silently, relentlessly, and every second you waste, it's taking something from you. The illusion of more time is the slowest poison in existence. It doesn't kill you all at once. It doesn't strike with pain so sharp you can't ignore it. No, it seeps into your bones, into your habits, into your identity. It convinces you that later is a real place, that someday is an actual date on the calendar, and by the time you realize it's not, you're already bleeding out potential, momentum, and youth. You don't feel it at first. In fact, it feels safe, it feels comfortable, because action requires risk, and risk is uncomfortable. So you tell yourself you're just being smart. You're waiting for the right time. You're doing research. You're preparing, but you're not preparing, you're postponing, and that postponement has a cost so heavy you won't be able to pay it when the bill comes due. The truth is brutal. You're not standing still, you're moving backwards. Because while you wait, the world moves. The people who take action are building skills, stacking wins, creating opportunities. And you're standing in the same place, telling yourself you're not ready. But readiness doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. And the longer you wait, the less ready you become. Most people will live their entire lives in this illusion. They will wake up in their 40s, 50s, 60s, look in the mirror, and realize they built nothing because they were always about to start. They thought they were waiting for the right moment, but the right moment never came because it doesn't exist. There's only now. And if you don't own now, you own nothing. So ask yourself this: how many dreams have you buried in the graveyard of later? How many times have you looked at something you wanted, a skill, a body, a career, a relationship, and told yourself you'd go for it when the timing was better? How many times have you let the days pile up until they turned into years, and the window quietly closed without you even noticing? The illusion of more time is a thief. But it's worse than that. It's a thief you invite into your home. You open the door, you let it in, and you hand it your future while you distract yourself with meaningless comfort. And one day, you'll realize the truth. You didn't run out of time. You gave it away. You think you can see the clock. You think you know how much time you have left to get serious, to make your move, to finally become who you know you could be. But you don't. None of us do. That's what makes this illusion so deadly. If there was a countdown over your head, 500 days left to change your life, or it's over, you'd move. You'd push, you'd burn every excuse to the ground. But there isn't. And because you can't see the end, you trick yourself into thinking it's far away. Every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you are gambling with something you can never win back. You think you're delaying action, but you're delaying life itself. And here's the ugly truth. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your reasons. It doesn't care that you're scared, or tired, or uncertain. The clock moves without mercy. The sun rises, the sun sets, and the days disappear into the black hole of someday. And this is where most men break. They start believing they have infinite starts. They think they can restart the race anytime they want. But momentum is like muscle. If you don't use it, it dies. Every day you avoid the work, you lose a little strength. Every week you put it off, the mountain gets taller. Every month you waste, the gap between you and the life you want gets wider. And eventually, you don't just have to climb, you have to claw your way out of a pit you dug yourself. But here's the most dangerous part. Delay doesn't just cost you time, it changes who you are. Every time you avoid action, you reinforce the identity of someone who hesitates, and identity becomes destiny. If you live as a man who waits, you die as a man who waited. The illusion of more time is comfortable because it tells you you're safe. But you're not safe, you're in danger. Because comfort is the breeding ground for regret, and regret doesn't announce itself with trumpets. It creeps in quietly, sitting on your chest in the middle of the night, whispering the words, "You'll never escape. You could have been more." If you can hear those words now, good. That means you still have time to move. But don't mistake still having time for having plenty of it. The sand in your hourglass is falling, whether you act or not. And every grain that drops is a piece of your life you will never get back. The greatest lie you've been sold is that you have time to spare, time to waste, time to drift. And so, you live like the clock is a decoration instead of a weapon pointed at your chest. You think you can afford to wait because the pain of action feels heavier than the comfort of delay. But the truth, delay is not comfort, it's corrosion. Every day you wait, you lose a piece of yourself. The hunger dulls. The urgency fades. The edge that made you dangerous is worn smooth until you can barely recognize yourself. You call it patience, but it's surrender. You call it planning, but it's stalling. The illusion of more time is the perfect disguise for fear. You think there will be a better moment when you feel ready, when the stars align, when you know it's right. But life doesn't give you that certainty. It gives you windows, small, brief, and closing fast. The man who moves through them changes his life. The one who hesitates spends the rest of his life telling stories about the chance he almost took. And here's the truth you avoid. The chance never comes back. Opportunity is a living thing. It withers when ignored. And once it dies, it's gone forever. You think you'll get another one, but you won't. Not that one. Not like that tan. What's worse? Every time you tell yourself later, you're rehearsing for a life of regret. You're training your mind to believe that hesitation is harmless, when in reality, it's the slowest form of suicide. It's the quiet decay that no one sees until your dreams are nothing but stories you tell to feel important. And those stories never feel as good as the life you could have lived. The illusion of more time isn't just stealing your future, it's rewriting your present. You don't live with urgency. You don't live like your choices matter. You treat your days like practice rounds instead of the real thing. And because of that, your life begins to feel small. You convince yourself you're waiting for the perfect wave, but the tide is already going out. The more you wait, the harder it becomes to start. The more you hesitate, the more you teach yourself that hesitation is normal. And normal is dangerous. Normal is how dreams die quietly. Time is not some passive background to your life. It is the stage that's burning down while you stand there waiting for your cue. You must break the trance. You must wake up to the truth that the clock is not your friend, it's your rival, and it's faster than you. If you want to win, you have to move now, not later, not tomorrow. Now, every action you take in this moment is a declaration. I will not be fooled by the illusion. I will not waste what can never be replaced, because the man who knows time is short doesn't waste it on distraction. He doesn't negotiate with delay. He builds like each day is his last, and strangely, he becomes more alive than anyone else. That is the paradox. When you act like your time is almost gone, you finally start living like it matters. You have been gifted this moment, not as a placeholder, but as the main event. Every second is currency you can never earn back. Spend it without care, and you'll wake up bankrupt in ways that matter most. The people you admire, the ones who seem untouchable, are not better than you. They just refused to believe they had more time. They moved before they were ready. They acted while fear screamed at them to wait. And because of that, they built lives that others only fantasize about. You think there's safety in waiting, but the real danger is in delay. Every day you wait, the version of you who still believes begins to vanish. And once he's gone, no amount of regret can bring him back. You have to move while the fire is still burning. Before it turns to ash, there is no pause button on. Life, the world keeps spinning, whether you show up or not. The people who choose action will lap you without mercy. The opportunities you think will wait for you will belong to someone else, and you will stand there, holding the same excuses you've carried for years, wondering how you got left behind. The only way to break free is to destroy the illusion entirely. Treat every day like the only day. See every chance as the last one you'll ever get. Live in a way that makes tomorrow jealous of today. Because when you do, you won't just outrun the clock. You'll make every tick count this as inner motion. We don't run from the dark, we walk straight into it. We don't waste what we can never get back. We live like the clock is closing in, because it is. And we come out unrecognizable.